Good morning, Timothy Jensen, Jensen Transport in Independence, Iowa. Getting started today. We've got a truck we've got to look at. So how do you know what to look for when you're even looking at your car, your pickup or piece of equipment, anything? The best way to do that is to look at it every day, especially if it's your own, because you're going to be able to see over time. These things always look the same. This thing doesn't look the same anymore. But the difference with that is when you look at the same piece of equipment every day, it's like riding in it. You don't notice the small minimal changes over time. So it's always good to look at more versions of the same thing you're looking at than what you want to do. So if you've got a pickup, you don't just want to look at your own pickup. You want to look at like 10 different pickups just like it. Doesn't matter if they're Fords, Chevys, Nissans, whatever it is. You want to look at 10 of them just like it. And over time, you're going to pick up the things that change, the things that get worse, the things that stay the same. So this morning, we've got a truck. We've got some type of coolant leak in it. So we'll be looking for telltale signs on a coolant leak. And hopefully we can figure out what that is. Now, I'll do the best on the video here, try to show that. So I'm going to swap to the other view so we can kind of look and see what the equipment is showing us. Okay, so where you want to start with any of that stuff is you want to start on your initial walk-up. What I mean by initial walk-up is just that. When you're out here, you want to start and just stand here and take a good look and see if you notice anything out of the ordinary or different. So we know we're looking for a water leak, which means we have no water going back to our trailer, so we can automatically eliminate that. 2, there's no water back here underneath the duals of the drive axis. There's no water there. 3, the water does start at the back of the cab. There are lines that go all the way up to the front of the cab and back to the front. So when we just walk around it, you're gonna wanna look to see, do I see anything odd, out of the ordinary, something not normal? And that's where you're gonna start. So like here, you could just jump in there, start checking lines and stuff like that. That's okay too. It's okay to do that. But like here, the lines actually come all the way back to the back of the cab. They stop here. So number one, I don't see anything on the ground back here. So that's always a good sign. No leak. I don't see anything up underneath here. I don't really see anything up underneath the cab on that side either. So when I start over here, I don't see really anything on the ground over here, which is good. I do see a little bit of a spot right there. So first of all, we're gonna start by assuming that is probably our leak, and we really didn't see anything on this side. So that is probably your number one telltale sign. Number 2, then we're actually gonna come in here, but we're gonna start on the top side of the engine. We're gonna check hoses. So this top hose here, it's 90-degree hose. It's smooth on top. Sometimes the hood, when it bumps, the hood rubs a hole in that. So you check that. Come through here, there's a blue hose back here. That one looks good. That one looks good. And what we're looking for are little drips of coolant. And when the type of coolant we use today is a red coolant. It is not the green coolant like we commonly see in our cars. So even like that line is good back there. There's actually 2 lines back here. Those are good. Our heater hose lines, I don't see anything over here. There's nothing down in there. And then this is our drain. Petcock for a drain to drain all that stuff out. Everything's good over here. With this hose, side of your radiator is clear all the way up. This line traverses across the front. That's good too. Your top line looks good. And even up here, I don't really see much on the other side over there either. So like here, you're gonna continue. You could start at your reservoir. Depends on how you wanna start. We just have to be on the other side. So on the reservoir, our coolant level right there is about half the tank. So we're between our min and max, which is good. This commonly breaks and leaks. There's a brass fitting in there. I don't see anything on there. This hose looks good going all the way down. That's the one that traverses across. This is the top one. It's a little dark on there, but the reason it's changed up there is because I rubbed it with my hand. Nothing up here. These ones look good. Actually, is what you'll see is like this little drip here. See that? I don't know if you can see it on the video very well, but there's a line right here. That's a telltale sign of some type of water condensation or something has been on you. Usually, commonly, it's a small drip. But I don't see anything up up under there. My phone actually does a better job without my flashlight than with my flashlight. So then if we follow it down to where our drip is, start looking at this, I don't know if you can tell, but it looks a little shiny. So that shininess, see the red there? There's our red coolant. So our leak is right here. And most likely, our leak being right there, see that? Most likely our leak is probably in our radiator on this side, which is a common place for it to break. The reason that the radiator leaks quite a bit on those spots when it does go is because it's kind of got a metal frame on the inside to allow the heat transfer, but the outside, two outsides of it are plastic. They're just kind of thermal molded plastic, and they just kind of crimp them together all the way along. The plastic and that they expand and contract at different rates because of different materials, and that's usually what causes your leak. They're not an overly robust model the way it is. So most likely we've probably got a radiator leak, which there's not much you can do about that. You can try some stop leak and stuff like that and dump that in there. But usually there's small cracks along where the plastic meets the metal. So probably gonna be doing a radiator on this truck. So hopefully you got some value out of this video this morning. Hey, take care out there. Timothy Jensen, Jensen Transport, Independence, Iowa.